Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. So we're going to begin with our chapter 5 entitled Computer and Work. So this video is on chapter 5 part A. Okay. Let's look at the content. So basically we have 4 subtopics: changing nature of work, impact on employment, work environment, and employee monitoring. So if you refer in our textbooks, this chapter would be on chapter 6 rather than chapter 5. In our textbook, it refers as chapter 6. So we're going to look at our first subtopic, which is changing the nature of work. Name it has evolution of the computer. So if we look at the slides, it tells somehow the chronology of how nature of work has changed throughout the centuries. So basically, before the 19th centuries, most countries in the world are focusing on farming, natural resources, economic sectors, especially in the United States, and of course in our country as well, including natural resources, pelombongan, biji timah especially. During the 19th centuries pun kita masih lagi dengan natural resources, but then again it started off in the 60s kalau kat negara kita lah, 60s, 70s, 80s. This is where the manufacturing started to bloom, as a major shift from farming, agriculture, as well as natural resources moved towards manufacturing industry, and it provides more massive products, and it also somehow increases our activity and income in import and export business transaction. And then in the middle of 20th centuries, this is where from manufacturing we provide products and goods, we started to focus on services. So services include consultation, it includes professional services, like accountancy, lawyers, medical doctors. So it creates that types of jobs. So nowadays we use the terms we produce product or services. So most in today's world, we can see that everywhere we go is all related to computer system and technological aspect in any business terms and transaction. Okay. So kalau kita tengok contohnya dekat China kan, penjaja tepi jalan pun dah start pakai cashless money. They start doing transaction without using money. Okay. So of course nowadays the use of computer and new technological equipment has changed the way we do works, and it changed the way organization shapes. Okay, it includes structure, it includes decision making, layering of decision making instead of just hierarchical. It probably has shaped into more flattened the hierarchical rather than many layers of hierarchical. That is the impact of computer at work. So there are a few points, important points that we have to discuss, focus on, especially changes in product markets, changes in technology, and changes in workforce demographics. So we look at the changes in product markets. So basically you learn about corporate strategic codes, ITS 582, you belajar ENT. Basically you can relate that knowledge in that quotes is to elaborate the changes in product markets, especially the five forces model kan, bagaimana rivalry, persaingan competitive advantage tu sangat-sangat tinggi nowadays with technology. Nowadays, any companies who are not invested in technology, then it would be left behind. Okay. And then changing technology pun daripada zaman 70-an banyak pakai mainframe. Lepas tu internet datang tahun 95, dia tukar jadi network, and now banyak on clouds, clouds services. Okay. On technology, basically you can discuss on how new occupations created, and reduce some existing occupation because of that automation, and increase new skill, new types of training, and new types of positions such as data analyst, data scientist, where we have data analyst studies or research um, abundance of data, massive data types, to find patterns or to predict, to do some prediction for the futures. Next, changes in the workforce demographics. Okay, workforce demographic, it includes uh, geography, it includes genders, it includes races as well. Maksudnya nowadays dua lelaki saja bekerja, nowadays perempuan dan lelaki juga bekerja dalam semua jenis bidang. Okay, so bila dalam services ni, we don't need physical strength, but we need somehow mental strength, communication skill, and endurance to work longer, up until 8 to 9 hours per day, probably 10 to 12 hours per day. So it it gives some sort of more opportunity on women, ada equality dekat situlah, berbanding than just male position, tapi still ada lagi some sort of inequality, especially in filling a position, in organisation which mostly filled up by male dominance. Okay, so basically impact on computers on work, so you can discuss on how some jobs is eliminated, however other jobs is created. That is a good point. And then any repetitives or some sort of dull activity can be transformed as an automated computers, and hence this repetitive activity has created abundance of data. So that's why masa tahun 80-an kita banyak pakai database kan, database yang mana dia punya processor berada di dalam client rather than mainframe, semuanya fokus dekat server. So it created abundance of data. So that's why kita ada data mining, lepas tu kita ada business intelligence, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it creates more creativity, and it also creates some sort of what we call it telecommute, where we work separated by distance or geographical area from one staff to another. Tak semua ditumpu dalam organisation. Yeah. And employer ada banyak alternative ways to monitor and evaluate their staffs. And of course, it's also related to health issue. Ini antara point yang kita nak tengok. And then, ini lebih kurang sama lah. Cuma bezanya kita ada telework and telecommunicating. I think this slide is somehow repetitive daripada yang tadi tu. And then changes in the size of business and the number of people work. It could be in less, but it more supported by technological, atau it could be more because of we hire more people according to a larger demographic distances, and multicultural countries. For example, ambil je lah contoh di Starbucks, yang mana dia ada banyak cawangan seluruh negara. Basically it's a franchise punya types of business and impact throughout the nation in the world. Okay, and companies can be located in small town, and you can still make business with them. You can still communicate with them. You can still uh, you know make partnership with uh, companies in a small town in a distant country. Okay? What this is what we call the impact of globalization. Okay? And of course, sharing information more active, more reliable, more flexible, accessibilities lebih luas, and more advanced equipment. Sini contohlah gambar ya, orang dulu punya um, manufacturing, yang mana ramai orang uh, buat sesuatu ataupun buat sesuatu, fill in the position. But nowadays it's a lot replaced by computer, hence the people amount pun decrease. So impact on the computer on works, kita boleh dibincangkan, we can start discussing on what are the benefits and what are the problems arise. So yang ni nanti kamu baca lah. Alright, I would like to discuss more on this part, where the job, the computer and unemployment, and versus computers and employment. So automation leads to loss of jobs, but then create another types of jobs. It's also create another types of jobs such as designer, builders, programmers. Sekarang ni orang nak design cars pun pakai 4D, AutoCAD kind of a software. Okay, computer eliminate some jobs, however it also create new job, hence it create new training, new position, new types of salary, okay, and new types of social status as well. Macam teknologis pun dianggap sebagai satu social professional, semi-professional. Kita ada non-professional, semi-professional, and professional types of jobs. Okay, so the more efficient the computer is, meaning is going to be fewer jobs that human can handle. Sebab kita dah automate kan. So ini just another example. Okay. So this is basically some sort of summaries lah. Successful technology eliminates or reduce some job but creates another. It's true. Why? Because bila manusia tu lebih menerima sesuatu perubahan dari segi teknologi, dia akan replace it. Contohnya kaedah kita ambil attendance kerja. Sebelum kita ada punch card, nowadays is all dah banyak pakai online. At least devices, biological devices. Okay. And then new industry arise, of course, new types of industry arise, such as internet and cellular communication. And then lower price increases demand and create jobs. Lower price increases demand, meningkatkan demand, maka kena buat supply lah. So, kena ada supply. Itu ada demand and supply component ke situ. And then music industry change from serving the wealthy to serving the masses. Dulu mungkin in music industry ada certain exclusivity, but now it's more on masses. Okay. So unemployment rates fluctuated tu mungkin sebab dia turun naik lah. The growth of computer has become steady while unemployment is affected widely, and because of ada banyak faktor lain lah, termasuk faktor ekonomi, faktor bagaimana kerajaan sesebuah negara itu menyediakan peluang pekerjaan, itu antara faktor-faktor yang menyumbang jugalah. Tetapi dengan adanya komputer ni, maka proses nak hire new employment pun dia akan tengok dari segi bagaimana kita boleh handle technologies, dan nak tahu knowledge kita bagaimana kita pakai teknologi. So the question is, are we earning less? So ini basically dia refer kepada US lah, United States ya. So dia kata kat sini, since the 70s wages decrease, ya, gaji tu menurun, tetapi benefit itu naik, ya, kemudahan itu naik. So people work fewer hours since the industrial revolution. Dulu mungkin orang bekerja dalam sejam, 10 ke 12 jam. Now it becomes more somehow more or less 8 to 9 hours per day. Okay. And then it decreased in take-home pay, may due to other factors such as increased taxes. Banyak taxes melibatkan employment. Ada juga benefit such as cuti, medical opportunities and so on and so forth. Okay, and purchasing powers also increases health prices. Okay, with this saya nak sambung sikit ya, part A ni, ini ada yang kita panggil term sebagai Luddites ataupun called neo-Luddites. Luddite is a term, is a historical political movement term to describe people who oppose technological innovation. Dia mula-mula sekali dia akan reject teknologi, dia tak nak berubah, they don't want to change, they reject this. Neo-Luddite is a modern day of Luddites, meaning they don't like any types of a new innovation. Okay? They don't want to take up their lives more on technology. They want to have it such as it is. And then dia percaya bahawa komputer can cause massive unemployment and de-skilling of jobs. De-skilling of job tu maksudnya kita dah tak pakai dah skill yang tu, kita kena create new skill. Sekarang ni mana ada orang typewriter, skill typewriter kan skill menaik dah sekarang. So dia tengok on click pula, programmers pula. Programmers ni antara contoh yang a new skill. Computer manufacturer manufacture ants. That is, we use them just because they are there, not because they are satisfy real needs. Dia kata teknologi ni tidak memberi kepuasan sebagai manusia. Dia because ada di situ. Computer can cause social inequality. Ini banyak yang boleh dibincangkan lah. So I leave it as it is. Alright. So ada following slides. So changing skill levels ni, of course, the new jobs created from computers are different from the jobs eliminated. Mana yang created new job tak sama dengan position yang lama. New jobs such as computer engineering and system analyst job require somehow a college degree here. So dia kena ada training dia. So training requires different academic qualification. Companies are more willing to hire people without specific skill so that they can train them later.